Hey guys, Prangell Gaming here. Welcome back to a Millwall analysis video on my channel. Today's Millwall analysis video is Millwall versus Watford. Obviously the huge FA Cup game that I'm so happy to be bringing you the fact that we have actually won this one. Now let me just quickly say a few things before we get into the video and actually get into what actually happened. So first and foremost, I can only apologise that this is going to be going up on a Tuesday instead of a Monday. Time constraints and being able to work around other video creations and stuff that I do. It meant that I had to put the Talk the Wall video up for Monday. So I hope you guys did enjoy that video and I hope it just wasn't too much of an inconvenience. Anyway, into the stats and talking more about the perspective of Premier League clubs. And well, Watford, it was quite a strange squad that they put out. Obviously a balance of experience and youthful players. Again, made too many changes from their original squad of the last game. In the Premier League, too many Premier League clubs are making this mistake. Bournemouth have done it now, Watford have done it now against us, and there was plenty of Premier League clubs that changed their team. I mean, they're not showing that they value this FA Cup and value the small clubs actually going in and challenging for this opportunity. But obviously it is what it is. Watford had one shot on target and I think they really lacked a leader, with Troy Deeney being on the bench for the majority of the game. Anyway, let's get into what actually happened in this match. And well, the first chance in the game was for Millwall. Jake Cooper smashed the ball over the top all the way for Morrison to get onto the end of the ball. He then crossed it in after beating Adrian Mariappa to the ball. And then what happened here is he crossed it in and Gregory hit it on the volley. Very unluckily hit the crossbar. Millwall started very well. For the first 15 minutes, I'd say they were by far the most dominant team on the pitch. But Watford then did have a very good chance and it really wasn't that bad. As what happened was Adlen Gideora crossed the ball in from a free kick. Everyone missed the ball apart from Sean Cummins, who headed the ball. It then hit off the post. Very unlucky for Watford. Very close to getting a goal back in this game. Watford then got a penalty shout denied by the referee. And well, in my opinion, it wasn't a penalty. But let's just go and break down what happened. So Jerome Sinclair, he's gone to actually have the shot. He's gone and he hasn't. He's missed the ball. So your first instance thinking is, has he been touched? And I don't think he has. I've watched it a couple of times now, and if Williams did make contact with him, it was very minimal and not enough for him to actually have missed it the way he did. I just think he kicked the ground. Honestly, if Williams did touch him, then obviously he deserves the penalty, but in my opinion, he didn't. I think the referee got that spot on. Jake Cooper then created another move. I mean, he was fantastic. I mean, he looks fantastic with Millwall's style of play. This over-the-top through ball that we seem to be able to do all the time. He seems to be able to have that down to a heartbeat. What happened was he put it up into the area. It was then lofted to Morrison, who flicked it down to Gregory, and Gregory volleyed it. Only for Aurelio Gomez, the Watford goalkeeper that came on for Costel Pantalamon, obviously because he got injured, to make an outstanding save. And I mean, Gomes, he was a fantastic goalkeeper in this game and he really was the difference in my opinion. The second half did actually start with another penalty shout for Watford. Obviously, they did want this one, and to be honest, this one was more clear-cut than the last. What happened here was Stefano Okoka was tangling with Byron Webster. And, well, they kind of had each other. They was holding on to each other all the time. And, well, to me, I'm not sure. I wouldn't be able to give it. I wouldn't be able to give it just because I wouldn't be 100% on what happened. So I think that's why the referee hasn't done it. But really it's a 50-50. They both had their arms around each other. I could see why Watford would want it and feel that they deserved it. Because to be fair, when I saw that happen, I was like, surely that could be a penalty. I've had a look at it a few times, as I do with all the penalty decisions. And I just can't seem to think who actually brought down who. Because Webster could have been brought down by the striker himself. He's quite a big lad. He might have been able to do that. But it's too hard to call, and if the referee had given it, I probably wouldn't have complained. It was definitely one of those that I've seen refs give it, I've seen refs not give it. At the end of the day, it is what it is, and Watford will be feeling hard done by there. But we then move into the 81st minute as Shane Ferguson put the ball into the area for Younes Kaboul to go and header it away. He was another pretty good defender in this game. For Watford, they had to have their defence spot on. They did for the majority of the game. Well, he headed it out, and Morrison somehow was able to hit it on the volley very, very well. But Aurelio Gomez had to make a fantastic acrobatic save to deny it going into the back of the net. But it was Steve Morrison who got the winner for Millwall in the 85th minute. You all know the story. You've all seen the scenes. I mean, everyone is reporting it. With the goal that he scored, it was a volley. It came in from Ferguson. Fantastic ball by Fergie there. He is really, really doing well with the crosses. He's just getting better and better. And I think it's confidence. And he needs to play in games. Sometimes he doesn't. Obviously, it's due to form. It's due to the team not having changes very often. But Ferguson, he's got to be knocking on the door for getting into the team. But obviously, it is what it is. He drifted the ball in. No one was marking Morrison. You can't not mark one of the key players in a team. And well, it came back to bite them as Morrison's gone and volleyed it. It came off of Aurelio Gomez, and unfortunately it's gone in the back of the net. For Watford, I do feel that it's a little bit harsh. And for Gomez, I do feel it's a bit unlucky because he was a fantastic player in this game. Millwall did put the ball in the back of the net one last time. Now, it was obviously ruled to have touched Byron Webster's hand, so it didn't count. So that was the reason why that one didn't happen. It came in, he touched it. I think it was about here that it hit him, and it bounced in. So I can understand why that would be given. And, well, there was one last chance for Troy Deeney getting his way through. After a move he created, fell back to him. He basically went one-on-one with Jordan Archer. But Byron Webster was able to block the shot. What a fantastic bit of defending there by Byron Webster. Fantastic performance by the majority of the team. And I'd say that, well, we deserve to go through ahead of Watford. But Watford, if they just had Troy Deeney maybe on for the entire game, things could have been differently. But obviously, you can't just say if but maybe. It is what it is. Now, to the key players. I'm going to go with Steve Morrison for Millwall. Now, Millwall fans will obviously oppose that. There's a couple of players that could have been given it. I mean, you've got Fred, you've got Cooper, you've got Byron Webster, and then you've got Sean Williams. And Morrison's just happened to get the goal. That's why I've given it. Otherwise, I probably would have given it to Sean Williams. But there's so many outstanding performances from the team. It really, really was an outstanding match. He was in the right place at the right time after time. And Morrison was the one that got the goal. And obviously, as I said, you can't not mark a key player for a team. And, well, it came back to bite Watford there. Speaking of Watford, their key player would be Aurelio Gomez. The Brazilian came on for Costel Pantelimon. And in my opinion, he changed the game for Watford. They were struggling. And I don't think Pantelimon would have made that many saves. I'm going to be honest. But Gomes was able to make the saves with a lot of different techniques as well. He parried saves. He went out and acrobatically had to stop things. And he had to stop things that were straight out and with quick reactions. He was just really good. He saved a lot of things. And as I said, I do feel a little bit sorry for him for conceding that goal because it was very unlucky. So anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this Millwall analysis video. Until the next one, like, comment, subscribe. And of course, I will see you guys in that Millwall analysis video. But until then, goodbye.